And this is the irony of it all, and this is the trap. The Europeans began to manipulate history when they rose and began to expand into the broader world in the 15th and the 16th century because they had to justify the slave trade and they had to justify the colonial system that followed. And modern racism has its incubation in that period. You cannot enslave a man and say he's a human being, but he has humanity. Black people have never written any definitions of race, any definitions of what a people. They have never said that these people with these kind of traits belong here. Because modern racism had its development in the pseudo-scientific development of intellectual Europe after the 15th century. And they began to say that certain kind of people belong to certain kind of race, and they created the concept of race and racism itself.
You're saying, in essence, that there's no such thing as a race.
Oh, I maintain that race is the phoniest issue ever invented by the mind of man. The European invented and developed the concept of race. There's really no such thing as a race because nature created no races. Race is a man-made thing.
Could we say that being called black was a political term?
It's a political term and a term which indicates our self-awareness at this juncture in history, and I think we really need it. We need to really bathe in blackness for a while, but I wish we'd get the bath over with and go on to something a little more important. We need to really bathe in blackness for a while, but I wish we'd get the bath over with and go on to something a little more important. Black in itself is not an ethnic term. Black tells you how you look, but it don't tell you who you are. We are essentially an African people. Wherever we live on this earth, we're essentially an African people. And we relate to the millions of African people throughout the world, including the uncounted millions of Africans in Asia. The word Afro-American or African-American would probably be more appropriate and more honest and more in keeping with what we actually are. Because all of us are not positively, physically, real jet black. And so the argument now sometimes is between the supernationalists and the mild nationalists and blacker than thou. When blackness is a state of mind, a state of attitude, a state of approach to things that can exist in almost any of us, including from the blonde black person to the jet black. And the jet black can be traitors, and they can be patriots, they can be a whole lot of it. See, we've been everything in history from saint to buffoon. We are complete people, and we need to start looking at ourselves as a complete people. And I think that once we convinced ourselves that we're black and beautiful, we'll stop saying it and just go ahead and be black and beautiful and release a whole lot of energy for more important things.
Could we say that being called black was a political term?
It's a political term and a term which indicates our self-awareness at this juncture in history, and I think we really need it. We need to really bathe in blackness for a while, but I wish we'd get the bath over with and go on to something a little more important.
All right. ETM Hotep, peace, and welcome to the Sesh channel. For those who may be tuned in, this is your brother Wujao, along with Sanat Emikat Aku, Kinshaya Kenyi. And basically, tonight's live is really a stream test. I made some adjustments and rearrangements of the app that we use and, tinkered around a bit just to want to make sure that everything still works as it should and as expected. So just really live now, testing a few things out. And for those who are tuned in, want to hang out a bit, we could kind of chill and chit chat for a bit. I can't see the chat, and I want to say, let me see where I pull this up at, and will it show it? Yeah, there it is. So we have Sonette or Sister Julanda or Julanda Zachary. Julanda, I think it's Julanda. I'm sure I always heard you say it as Julanda, and I think you've definitely corrected people instead of Julanda, but Julanda. And if I'm saying it wrong, definitely straighten me out. But peace to the sister Julanda. Peace to the brother Donnie. Donnie Williams is in the building. And we have Asar in the building. Peace, peace. All right, all right. And we have up, didn't pop up yet. There it is. We have Jehudi Ma'at also in the building. Yes, indeed. And some more popping up. Again, I'm test streaming and, chit chatting at the same time. So just wanted to. We have Shaka and Dougal Kemet, Ma'at Forever, is in the building. He asked a question already. Wujao, did your friends translate over 400 pages of the French book? Which French book are you talking about? You have to, there's a couple of French books that I have, so, or that, I'm familiar with. So you have to let me know which book you're asking about. Peace to the sister Mika. Mika is in the building. So yeah, I appreciate you all tuning in. I'm I'm testing. Like I said, I made some changes to tinkered a bit with this streaming app that we're using, and so I'm just testing a few things out. And at the same time, if anybody's tuned in, we could chat it up a bit. All right, and so it looks like everything is firing on all cylinders, as they say. You know what? Let me ask y'all something. Oh, we got the brother Kent is in the building. Peace out to the brother Kent. Um, Let me ask you all a question. And this just some random stuff. Like I said, this is kind of chit chat for me. I'm testing things out, chit chat, whatever. But this is just random. You all don't understand how crazy I could be just for thinking of some random stuff, and it's triggered by anything. But this is going to tell you all's age, right? Have any of you all heard the saying, "Hold your horses"? And I'm not gonna say anything else about it. Have any of y'all heard the phrase "hold your horses"? And it's said like that: "Hold your horses." And if anybody in the chat is familiar with that, MK, you familiar with that?
Yes, but I think mine has to do with my location at the time. So
Oh, okay. Oh, you might be literal. I'm just curious with the chat. Okay, so Matt Forever says, "Oh, I'm thinking is you never apologize for calling a baby crib scholar, so you can't complain about manners." Okay, I'm not sure what that's all about, but just to remind, Matt Forever, you had asked me a question about a 400-page French book, but you have to. Which book are you speaking about? And that's what I thought your next comment would be that. Oh, you did. You said Pascal Vernus. So you're talking about his book on Athribis. Um, did they translate all 400 pages of the book? They translated. They helped translate the book in its entirety. However many pages I don't have it in front of me at the very moment. But why? Why are you asking me that? So, Matt Forever, that's the one question. Why are you asking me that? But number two, when you came on the channel before, I forgot to ask you, or I didn't think to ask you, I should say. Um, the last time well, not maybe not the last time, but one of the last times that you and I were on the same panel was on Smash Rockwell's channel, and you came on, and I'm sure you've seen the video clips where um, the lack of comprehension is definitely on display. But you came on the channel when I was showing, we were talking about that particular book that you just asked me about, Athribis. and the scholarly work by Pascal Bernis. And I think Smash had asked you to read a page, and he was saying, and I'm sure if you go back to the whole video, it'll probably make sense. If not, but he was arguing, telling me that something was not in the book when it actually was in the book, and that the book never said something that I said it said. And then when you came on and read the French for all of us to hear, you actually read it and showed and proved that what I said was in the book was in fact and indeed in the book. So I'm just curious, and everything I said that was in the book is actually in the book. So I'm just curious to why you're asking me if my French friends translated 400 pages of it or what have you. So I'm just curious about all that good stuff. So just kind of let me know what's behind that question. Um, hold up. So Stizzy. Okay. So peace to Stizzy or Mizzy. He said yes. So I think you're saying yes to my question. Have anybody heard Hold Your Horses? Asar says I still use it with my kids in my mentor program. All right. Uh, let's see. Okay, so that's only two people that heard that. So anyway, just real quick on that, hold your horses. Nah, I just these random thoughts be coming in my head, and I'm like, hold your horses, and I haven't heard that in a long time. I'm from DC, and my family, I'm from DC, DMV, DC, born and raised in DC, Maryland, and but I have family in the Carolinas, and I don't know where I first heard that from, but I don't know why it just popped up recently. Hold your horses. I'm like, who would start saying hold your horses if the saying didn't come about from somebody whose environment was literally dealing with horses? Like, hold your horses, which means calm down and be patient. That's the meaning behind it. But hold your horses? That was just funny. And I don't know. And I thought about it and I just bust out laughing for no reason. And if anybody was watching me, they'll probably think I'm crazy because I just bust out and that was just crazy. So hold your horses. But MK, what was the meaning? You said because of your environment. What was the meaning?
Oh, we the meaning behind it, yeah. If like somebody's getting agitated or somebody's rushing something or whatever in a conversation or trying to get something moved quickly or whatever, you say ho, calm. Hold your horses, or somebody's about to take something the wrong way, you can say, "Hey, hold your horses, that's not what I meant," or whatever.
Oh, okay. All right. So my forever, you said how long did it take them to translate over 400 pages? I'm not sure. So I really can't answer that. I'm not sure. But still, my question, maybe you answered it by now. I'm gonna keep scrolling down. Um, I'm just trying to figure out why you're asking me these questions. But I don't know about how long it took them to do it. All right. How long would it take you to do it? That's another question on top of my other question that I'm curious to know why you're asking me all these questions, because I don't see the relevancy of it at all. And it would only be relevant if at any point in time ever did I misrepresent something coming from that book. Otherwise, asking me who translated like you did before when you were on the panel, and then asking me did they translate 400 or some odd pages, and then how long it takes. I don't see the relevancy of all of it, of any of that. Um, what's this? He said Smash Rocco said the Hyksos are fake. They made that up. Oh, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that would mean. I have no idea how they could be fake or who made what up. I don't know. Judy Mott said that was a learning moment. Yeah, that was definitely a lack of comprehension on display. And I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Um, okay, so definitely a southern. Okay, it's a southern phrase. All right. Yeah, it's a southern. Like I said, my family. I have a lot of family from the Carolinas, and I just remember my grandmother used to say it. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Yeah. So that was definitely Oh, he said roughly how long? 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Yeah, I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't answer that. So I mean, I'm not sure how that's relevant to anything. I really don't. Same thing with Emboli's book. Emboli's book is like over 650 whatever pages. Unless somebody misrepresents something, I don't see the relevancy of it. Unless you just, I mean, we are chit chatting, so I get it. You might want to just, I guess you're just chit chatting. That's fine. Um, oh Mika, all right, y'all having that. All right, nothing but facts. My family is still in the South. Yeah, nah, this it's the hold your horses these sayings because I don't know if any of y'all are friends with me on Facebook. I have these series of posts I do. I used to do it a lot, but I'm probably get back into it. I have these series of posts where I will put up sayings, and they're like saying wisdom sayings, wisdom nuggets. I call them jewelry or I forgot what I used to call them, wisdom jewelry or urban wisdom nuggets. These are sayings that I remember growing up. I remember older folks saying, even if I hear it now or whatever, and I would post it up. And I might start doing that again. But that's one of. I mean, that's not a wisdom saying. That's just a saying. Hold your horses. All right, here's another one. And Asar, since your family from the South, spell out for me, please, or tell me if any of y'all heard this saying said this way. And I'm gonna try to do it, but don't laugh. But this is the saying right here. Good gracious alive. Have any of y'all heard that? Good gracious alive. So one, tell me if you heard that before, the way I did it. And then two, spell it all the way out how the formal words of that. Good gracious alive. The full phrase of that. All right, so somebody do that for me. Help me out. All right, so Sar is saying, would y'all are there any scholarly books on the life of Amenhotep III or the Kemet during the peaceful golden age? Yes. I mean I would say yes immediately. Yes, there are books. Man, as far as helping you with some titles, I can't do that right this moment. But do this. Email me because I just like I'm totally at. I don't have anything in front of me. Um, and I would be pretty much going on a wild goose chase to dig up a title for you right this minute, or a few titles. But there definitely are because I have some myself, read some. I try to read as much as I can about, ancient Egypt and stuff. And I know there are some scholarly works on Amenhotep III. Definitely Kemet during the so-called golden age, for sure. But as far as some good titles I can give you, email me. And my email is at wujao@gmail.com. Yep, Wujao at gmail. Or leave a comment under this video. Like, later on or whatever. Leave a comment under this video and I'll come back to it. Try to dig something up. Come back to it. Okay, so Matt Forever says, Wujao, so you don't know how long your friends, I guess he says, took to translate a French book, not even roughly, whether 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years. Would you say 2 decades or more? Uh, what's the relevance? Because you definitely, I mean, I don't mind going on wild goose chases because that's what they're for. That's what they're for. But I'm just not. I'm not interested in hunting right now. So Shaka, let me know. Explain the relevance of this first. Then I may entertain your further questions because I'm just chit chatting. I'm trying to entertain everything. Uh, Let me see. I was trying to see if anybody heard that. Okay, see, yep, Asar heard it. Asar has said, he said, yes, good gracious live. Gracious is the only full word said. Yeah, good gracious alive. Yeah, but it comes from a whole phrase. And I just forgot what the whole phrase was. And that's another thing my grandmother used to say. Good gracious alive. You know, that's another thing. But it comes from a whole phrase, and I just forgot it. I forgot what the whole formal phrase is. It's like a sentence. My forever says you won't. Oh, you want to share the link? Oh, the link for this. Well, see, because I'm testing some things out, I didn't prepare to share the link or anything tonight. But I don't. I mean, I mean, it seems like you're doing a good job typing. So just let me know the relevance of you asking me how long did it take to translate from French to English a 400-page book, or this
Ever
particular
trying to get a
set of
job?
friends? Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
you trying
Because
to are you trying to hook yourself up for a job forever? Because I know you speak French, so is it are you trying to find information so you can charge somebody? Or what's up?
yeah. Because Shaka, because I think French is your mother tongue, or I definitely know you speak French for sure. But is it your mother tongue and then English, or you learn both at the same time, or whatever? But regardless, I may contact you. I don't know if you offer services. Do you offer translation services? That would be a good question. Maybe you're asking me because you could do it fast. Maybe you could do 400 pages in 12 hours. Within 24 hours. And if that's the case, then you're the man. You are the man.
I think
You
he's
are the
trying
man.
to study the competition. You know how they say you gotta study how long to take, how much to charge, and then do better.
Oh, right. Well, it was free, so let me put it out there. I this English with the book of Thrivis was free. So all right. So okay, so see here it is. Here comes the silliness. Now I'm being accused of running from a question. And he says, we're used to you quitting. Who is the we? Everybody knows I don't quit. I'll pull up on anybody in a minute. I don't run from nothing. I don't quit. I'm MC Iron Lung. I will I talk a lot to quit. I talk too much to quit. Stop lying. That's what I'm saying. People just be doing anything. Like, come on. Like, how old are
Me,
you,
myself,
Shaka?
and I. That's the we.
Yeah. Who's the we? We used to you quitting. That don't even sound right. I'm curious. How old are you, Shaka? Like for real on these YouTube streets and things, we have to get over the immature, juvenile, petty stuff that people be doing. Like, come on. It's crazy. It is crazy out here. I'm gonna put on a calm and chill stream, testing these things out. Matter of fact, I need to test some things out. Let me see. I can make that big. All right, and the title's still there. Okay. All right, that's cool. That's cool. And I got the lower third going on with my odds crazy comment on the screen. Let's put another comment on the screen. Wujao says it's chit chat. Then, when asked a question, he asks, "What is the relevance of your question?" Of course, because I'm answering your questions, but you're asking question after question, and short of me saying is getting silly or stupid and being offensive and whatnot, I'm asking for the relevance of the question. So I can't ask you a question. That's crazy. That's crazy. Peace to Ramza. Peace to Ramza. Peace to Ramza. Yes, yes. I think Shaka is bored. Like over there in France, I don't know what time it is. He may be bored, and I think he's just trying to kick up some dust. You know, but for real, on all seriousness though, Shaka, there are a lot of channels that if you are bored or if you need to kick up some dust to create content for whatever reason, there are a lot of other channels that you could you know deal with that I'm sure will give you what you want. You know, there's a lot of channels, there's a lot of drama that still goes on. Um, I saw Chief X video recently. I didn't see the video, I mean, but I've seen Chief X a title video. I think he was going in on the not the Amara. I'm about to say the Amara squad. Boy, I think the pseudo killers and Unk or whatever, or something to that effect. That was recent. I think Sheffrin had some comments about that. I saw a small clip of something a little earlier today. So it's a lot of drama. It's a lot of channels that you could deal with, but I don't understand. You said you did quit after you claimed you will demonstrate that Kim is a title. We nearly all seen it. He said we nearly. I think you mean we clearly all seen it. That Kim is a title. Hmm. That's interesting right there. He said we used to you quitting. And then you give this example. Let's say I quit. Let's say your statement is true. Does this single statement uh give you reason to say we're used to you quitting to make it seem like that's something that I do, even if that statement is true? But for everybody else, what Shaka is trying to talk about is the word Kim in people's names. Usually in this around the sixth dynasty of Kemet, you have a group of people um, whose names have Kim in it. Neong Pepi Kim being the probably most popular one that people may remember. Neong Pepi Kim, and the whole point of that name being brought up is that it was argued or claimed that um, that Neon Pepe Kim is so named because he's black, and um, and even the scholars that discuss his name and things like that will not agree with that. That he was called this because he was black as a literal designation. Because you have Neon Pepe Dashir, or not Neon Pepe, but another relative that's called Red, and the scholars said it's used to distinguish, et cetera, et cetera. So, in terms of a title and not a literal description, is like everybody and their mother knows that. But let's keep on going down here. Judy Mott, yep, content hunting for his channel, obviously. Yeah, I think so. Because I think Shaka, boy, I'm telling you, Shaka, I haven't seen your channel as of late, but I know Shaka, when Shaka needs content, but I know he has like about a whole playlist dealing with Asar Imhotep. Like, I'm thinking about 20 videos dealing with Asar Imhotep. It's crazy. But okay, so just to test a few things out, let me know if you all remember this. Let me see if I can add this to the screen. Tell me if you all remember this right here. I'm gonna show this and tell me if y'all can see it and hear it in the chat. Let me know if you can hear it while it's playing and see it and stuff like that. All right, I need that favor.
Ain't none of the Army Rock squad ever been to Egypt. Ain't none of the Army Rock squad ever been to Egypt. Oh shit! 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 Ain't none of the Army Rock squad ever been to Egypt. Oh shit!
Y'all remember that? That's I'm digging in the crates. That's that's during the Amara Squad heyday. That heyday era of the Amara Squad. Y'all remember that? I see Asar say he remember that. All right. So let's see what Shaka's talking about now. Let's see what he's talking about now. So Shaka's saying, Ujao, okay, so now I'm being accused of diverting. First, I was being accused of quitting and scared. And I'm being accused of diverting and being scared to share the link when I clearly said that you can see the title of this video. It says stream test and chit chat. Maybe you took chit chat literally, like we're talking vocally to each other, but I'm testing a stream out, Shaka. So if you lack the comprehension skills, let me break it down to you. I got to treat you like a short bus passenger. I'm testing this stream out. I do not intend and did not intend to give the link out to have a panel. I did not have any intention on having an empaneled group of people talking to each other as I normally do. So, as you know or should know, that I always give the link out. Everybody and their mother will tell you that of me. So there's no thing to be scared or anything. I don't. That's why I asked you, how old are you? Because and I don't want to be insulting, so I'm just going to leave it at that. You just, man, over all these years, I haven't seen any change in certain people. It's crazy. It's just really, really crazy to me. It's really crazy to me.
That's exactly what I was just saying on the chat right now. That I remember my art forever for actually when I first actually came into this community, and he was terrible in English at that time. He was like really really bad with the English. And but it was one of those channels you have to watch. It was like same thing, ancient Egyptian. But through all those time up until now, the only thing that has gotten better is my art's ability to communicate a little bit in English. Other than that, I think he just got worse and worse in trying to have conflict, because that's just not it. Like you just it's just you're just conflict ready at any given time, because you never show up on this channel. You do watch, we know that, because surprisingly, you do play some of our stuff on your channel from the stuff that we've been inboxed about. And it was surprising that you do scavenge for content on this channel, and then the only time where you want to actually make yourself known is not even in a good way, even though we all focus on the same subject, which is surprising. You just come in all the time and it's just ready to be combative, and that's just odd that you don't even want to be known. You don't want to share information, whatever or ask questions or whatever, is just to to create some kind of conflict. And that's just at this point, because we know you're not 20 something. You've been in this YouTube channel for a long time. So you're old. We are all old. So you got to do better. Like this is not and to be honest, like looking at your channel, it will only be worth it if you're doing all this and just to have a lot of views. But your views and our views are pretty much the same. So it doesn't help. You might actually get somewhere far if you just want to share with with us. You speak French. We need people who speak French. So it could be this interaction could be on a whole different level at this point, where you bring your input that you have that we lack, and then we also bring our input that we have and you lack, and then move forward, because we all discuss the same kind of topics. So but when you come in like this, like a teenager, it's just embarrassing at this point. I think you should do better than that.
Hmm. He just said you lied. He said you never show up on this panel. I came on the session. He says he came on the session panel several times. Yeah, everybody's welcome on the
I
panel.
was right. And now you probably didn't even understand what I just said. I said when you come on this channel and watch, I know you've been a guest on this panel. I was here when you're on this panel. We discussed, so I know it's not like I don't
No,
know
but
what what I've experienced.
you have to remember we're dealing with a person that's lacking comprehension skills.
Yeah,
Just
that's
straight,
crazy
just
right
straight up.
there. So I can't help you at this point, but I think we should just probably I'd probably you're looking for attention right now, and we are the only ones who can give it. But I think we've given you enough at this point, so I think it's better for us to move on.
Yeah. We're gonna move on while knowing that your next comment is gonna be like, "You're scared, you're diverting, that's why you're moving on. You won't give the link, that's why you're moving on. Oh, my feelings are hurt. Let me run and tuck my tail and go to my channel and then comment and make 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 videos about Wujao like I do a Hotep." That's what's gonna happen. But all right, so let me I'm gonna dig into the video crates again, and let me see if I have another one that I can show you all. But that works, so y'all heard it and everything, so that's good. All right, I'm just gonna share it. See if I can share another one. See if I can share another one. What else can I pull up? What else can I pull up? All right, here's one. Nope. False alarm. Let's see. What is this one? Okay, I guess not. I just played that one. Trying to find some old, some older videos that y'all might remember. Oh, here's one. Okay. No, that's not it. Or is it? No, that's not it. Where's the video? Ah, here it is. Aha. Okay, I'm gonna find this. This one was funny. This one is funny. This one is funny. Let's see if y'all remember this one. All right, tell me if y'all hear this or can see this one.
Day to say ooh day. This is the key though, because this is legitimate scholarship. I'm gonna tell you why it's legitimate scholarship. Because nobody, not one African scholar, laid it up on the table and pulled it apart from both sides. Everybody just accepted the fact that it had been translated. Nobody argued both sides. Hey, I want to be clear on that.
General said, I just want to be clear. You're saying that not one African scholar, not one. So if we find one, that nullifies your whole point. So I'm asking you so you can clarify. So when I show you this, there'll be no excuses. So you're saying, I ask you a question.
Wait a minute. You can't go. We can all find individuals.
No. I'm asking you a question. I'm just asking you to repeat yourself. You're saying not one African scholar has examined in terms of the speech, in terms of the graphene.
What I just said.
That's why I'm asking you to
wait a minute,
repeat
hold up. I said nobody argued from the other side.
What's the other side?
Whether it was correct or not. Nobody argued that. Okay, that's
from the
what
other
I said.
Side. So I just want to know, if I produce one scholar, one African scholar who does just that, will you eat your words?
One African scholar of note.
Of course.
I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go up under your bed.
You can't try to qualify.
No, I don't want you to go in the closet. I'm speaking of our great teachers.
You sound scared, bro.
That sounds like some shuffling.
Because nobody, not one African scholar, you hear what I just said? Said nobody argued from the other side.
That sounds like some shuffling.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax.
When you standing on falsehood and fallacies, it's easy to get exposed.
You mentioned that the ancient Egyptians was talking about chakras. Can you name the word or phrase that represents chakras and what papyrus or stone monument that you can find it from?
Yes.
No, you don't. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, let me answer this. I'm a reference someone who's in accordance with y'all who says the Netcher has been translated. So you have a problem with this answer, I believe you should go see Mfudishi. According to Mfudishi, who's on y'all side.
Wait, do y'all remember this? See, this is back in the I would say the heyday of the Amon Ra squad. Y'all remember this? How many people remember? Oh, Khalil. So peace to Khalil. Peace to Robert Rand is in the building. Peace to brother Lavelle is in the building. So hey, I appreciate you all tuning in. I really came on to live stream to test out this new configurations and things I have, because I'm doing this because I know I don't need to tell you all this, but every time I've been going live for a good while now, y'all notice that I don't have my webcam or anything like that. So I'm gonna change it back up and start doing, live streams with the camera and so on and so forth, like I used to and everything. So I'm just trying to test out this application and things that I have and get everything ready and geared up. All right. So, we'll do things a little bit different. So I'll actually go back to how we used to do things. So that's the reason. And while I'm here, I'm just chit chatting. So I appreciate y'all hanging out. I know it's late and I'm just going through the archives, testing a few things out. But yeah, this right here was during the Amon Ra squad heyday, golden age of Amon Ra. People say the golden age of ancient Egypt. This the golden age of the Amon Ra squad. Y'all remember the build up to the debate that never happened about whether the hieroglyphics writing system been deciphered or not. And what I chose to do was I wrote a book. Well, myself and the Seshu as a collective, we wrote the book, the rebuttal to Walter Williams, because that's where all these claims come from. Their claims and things. So instead of dealing with young Pharaoh and Sarasut and Seti, we dealt with go to the root cause or the source of the claim, and we just address all of it there. But anyway, so that's what this is from. Let me see what else is in this video.
The chakras were called Sekhem Shemra. So if that's incorrect, then you have a problem with somebody who's in agreement with you. So that suffice for your answer?
I asked you two parts. Hold on.
Hey, you hear all the instigating? Woo! And
Yeah. Hey.
woo! Oh boy. Peace to Behold is in the building. Robert Rand said this was around 2015. Yeah, yep. I believe so. Man, time is flying. Do you understand? It's 2024. That's 9 years ago. 9 years ago. That is crazy. 9 years ago. That's crazy. Let me try this. I want to let it play out because I didn't realize it was this long. Let me just see what else is on there.
What's the other file?
Where did you find it?
From Mfudishi's goddamn.
What papyrus? Okay.
He's telling you Mfudishi is his reference.
Mfudishi told me that. So,
but I didn't ask for a person. I asked for a papyrus.
So I'm gonna skip through because I want to see what else is here. Oh yeah, I think this is this this part right here is funny.
it's easy to get exposed.
Is he a stone monument or is he a papyrus? Which one is he?
You tell me. When you standing on falsehood and fallacies, it's easy to get exposed. Y'all the ones on
Hey, can I answer something? Every papyrus that y'all ever read, y'all got it from a cracker. The museums own the damn papyrus. They own the copyright on it and the fucking publishing right. So you didn't go to the stone and read it.
So Seti, hold on.
You got it from a white boy. You got it from a white boy.
When you standing on falsehood and fallacies, it's easy to get exposed.
You got it from a white.
So who wrote the papyrus or who carved in the stone mountains? Who did it, Seti?
Do you know him? Do you know?
When you standing on falsehood and fallacies, it's easy to get exposed.
I'm asking you a direct question.
Do you know the names of the individuals? Do you know the name?
Listen to me.
No, I'm not. You're asking foolish questions.
No, it's not a foolish question because you're saying you're trying to equate. Listen, you're trying to equate that the white person who owns the museum somehow changed all the papyri and went to Egypt and changed all the monuments. So if you're not making that argument,
wait a minute.
If you're not making that argument,
you're not making sense.
How relevant is the white person when it comes to the direct primary resources? If the white person didn't create them. So I'm asking you a direct question. I don't need any pussyfooting and running around.
When you standing on falsehood and fallacies, it's easy to get exposed.
Did the white person change all the papyri? Did they change any of the carvings on the walls in Egypt? If they did not,
they're gonna
reading directly from the primary sources from
the
ancient themselves. So I'm trying to understand your logic.
Listen, I can answer that, but I'm not answering that to the 18. But on my man Mix, I got the answer for you right now, but I'm not giving it to you to the 18. But on the 18, listen, write it down. I see what's the brother? When you standing on falsehood and fallacies, it's easy to get exposed.
You can't even answer, so you can't even answer the basic question.
Oh boy, hold up.
That
you know what?
Who created the pop?
You're trying to get specific.
Listen, I just asked you a direct question. Who wrote the papyri and who carved on the stone mountains? And you can't even answer that basic question?
We know who did it, brother. You acting like you know the man or the people personally. We know that the Africans did that. But you act like you know the man or the scribe personally. Do you know that scribe?
If we know that the Africans wrote it, who displays it in the present time is irrelevant. It's a red herring.
We're not gonna debate.
It's a red herring.
Y'all not ready.
You're not ready because you can't even answer your pussy foot around the question.
When you standing on fall.
What Mika said? Mika said, "Oh, you only saw a clip. You don't remember seeing the whole video." Yeah, see, this is the whole video of that part. But yeah, that was funny. There's more to it.
You know what's worse? What's worse was that during that time it was prepping for the debate, and they already had their show. Obviously, when there's a debate going on, so both sides have their own. I guess I don't know if Sanetta does it anymore like that, but he would invite both sides separately to speak their thoughts and all that, prep them for the debate or whatever, get people to know what the debate is all about. So Seti and Pharaoh already had their discussion on Sanetta, and the Amira squad obviously was not invited because that wasn't their show at that point. And they had it, and it was smooth runnings. And then as soon as it was the Amira squad's turn to come on, Seti Sanetta actually allowed, or even planned for Seti and Pharaoh to kind of like come into that show, which was inappropriate in the first place. And then the fact that he wouldn't even let all you guys speak. So Sanetta would, as soon as he realized, especially you, Jao, that you were actually just trying to get things sorted out, that would have actually killed the debate, because you are like, wait a minute, it doesn't look like you guys know what the debate is all about. Can we really get to understand, make sure that everybody knows what this debate is all about? Stuff like that. As soon as
I think
Sanero
that's what I'm about
realized,
to play.
yeah.
I think that's the part I was trying to see if there
Okay,
was
I
gonna
will
be
let
a
you.
clip.
Yes, I'll let you play that. But yeah, I think that was just unfair that this was you guys' show and they let all these people come in and just make a mess of it.
I'm gonna let this play and see if that's the part you're talking about.
Easy to get exposed.
You know what?
I'm not. I'm
Nobody
just
asking
asking
questions.
the question.
We don't want no questions, brother.
You said you didn't want no questions.
All the questions
No,
is
you brought him in. You brought him in, and you know we was going to ask them questions.
all right,
That's
but
the whole
just
purpose.
listen for a minute. Listen for a minute. All the questions will be answered at the debate.
Why you bring him in?
I brought him in so he could speak.
No, don't save him. You brought him into the Lions Den.
See, so that's what you speaking to, Ibicat, where this was supposed to be the Amara Squad's pre-debate show, and then Sarah Soon Seti and Young Pharaoh were allowed to come on when we weren't allowed to come on their show for the equivalent show.
Exactly.
And so, and now because they came on, we're like, all right, well, we got some questions for you then. And these were questions, like you said, we were asking questions for clarification to make sure that the debate topic and issues were understood. And I think this is where I brought up right here. I'm gonna let it play for a minute.
Now let him get that word.
When you standing on falsehood and fallacies, it's easy to get exposed.
All right, this is the thing. All right, first of all, Jonathan and Sanjetti, the reason why Seti is disappointed, y'all, because he's not Seti anymore. My man Seti has become Elliot again. All right, so let's get that straight. Because if the Medew Netcher has not been deciphered, then you know.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Don't call me. Wait a minute. You know my motherfucking name.
Elliot. What? Elliot.
Don't nobody know your motherfucking. Wait a minute. Hold the fuck up.
Elliot.
Okay, good. So I want to ask Seti and Pharaoh for tonight. This not a event buster either. I want them to define the difference between decipherment, translation, and transliteration.
All right, but we're gonna do that at the debate. I don't want nobody answering that question. We're gonna do that at the debate. Listen. This the thing. Hold on. No, hold on.
Wait a minute.
I'm not finished. Because see, this is the thing.
Ask the question.
Wait, hold up. This is the thing. Because you saying that it hasn't been deciphered, but then you talk about pronunciations. So I don't think that you saying we're not.
All right, hold on.
You see how they cut me. They cut my mic.
Yep.
They cut my mic right there because I come from a background of formal debating, and if you don't understand the actual issue of the debate or issues of the debate, then it's like, what's the whole point? So I simply asked for clarification to define the difference between transliteration, translation, and what else I say? What about pronunciation? Because he was talking about pronunciations at some point. So because he was flickering back and forth, I was like, wait a minute. I could tell this guy doesn't even understand what to debate. He don't even understand what to argue. I'm like, I'm not wasting my time if somebody don't even know what the arguments are. So that was the point of me asking it. But as you see, I was cut off. But that's enough of that video.
Yeah, but you know what's even worse is that even Sainera is saying, nah, they're gonna answer that at the debate. Like he's gonna answer about his name being Seti at the debate, and he's gonna answer about translation and what translation and decipherment pronunciation at the debate. And then it turns out when they ran and they did their living room presentation, they were actually not talking about decipherment. So your question was straight legit, you know.
But I kind of figured that, which is why I asked, just to put everything, in their proper place. So yeah, but anyway, the debate never happened. It wasn't even been a debate. It wasn't a debate. It was a teaching moment. That's why we are, I chose to go the book route. And the book to this date to this day has not been responded to or anything at all. I mean, now obviously I would sound biased by saying that I don't think it could be refuted or anything, but it is what it is. So I guess you all remember that. I'm looking for some more of those kind of videos. See, these are videos from, like I said, the golden age of the Amun-Ra squad. The golden age Amun-Ra squad. I have a few more, but boy, I have tons of stuff. It's hard to locate. I really need to organize my my files and things. But anyway, so yeah, so what else is going on? She said living room. No, seriously, Mika, it was an actual living room presentation. I don't know if the video's still floating around out there, but um, it was literally a living room. Like they had to move the couch and looked like a basement or whatever. They had a projector or something. I don't know. I don't remember. And they were
That
standing
was
up
wild.
and they took turns. I mean, I have it. Let me see. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I think you probably do have it. That
All
whole
right,
thing
let's
was
pull it
wild.
up.
Car chases, living room presentations, and you
Yeah,
know what what's funny today? Sometimes you get a crack up is like with all the defending Sanetta was doing for Seti and Pharaoh, they ditched him. They ditched him. He lost or not, and then you guys actually held down the debate. Otherwise, he would have lost on that too, and it would have been a big loss financially. But you guys actually held him down at the end.
yeah, and showed up. But I think this is it right here. Let me play a little bit of it.
Yeah, how you do that?
It's a little thing. Right?
Yeah, hell yeah. There you go.
Oh, perfect.
Make it backspace. Let me see how this looks.
Oh, so I wasn't wrong. It was a projector showing on the wall. See, they had to move the furniture around and make a plain white wall. Let it play a little bit.
It's crazy.
Make it straight.
Yeah,
make
it's
it.
crisp.
Yes, Chris. All right, hold on. Let me make sure that people can see it. Like, is it a way you can zoom it, make it bigger?
I'm gonna fast forward a bit.
We live.
You know, from that dog. I don't even do shit. Just shoot.
I'm gonna get this shit.
I will
right.
most definitely prove today what none of these crackers are saying to you, or what none of these Uncle Tom niggas like Reggie the retard. Huh?
That's crazy.
Are we live?
Yeah, we live.
Side sliver in the circle of circle.
How you bring up your PowerPoint?
I ain't gonna even call you sir.
How you bring up your PowerPoint?
Right there, it is right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can. All right.
This my seat.
All right, everybody in the motherfucking chat.
But when I go up,
oh yeah, we can jump in that bitch.
When I go up though, the chat gonna have it, because when I hit that. But you know, this is a Mac, right?
It got, no, tell him to text
Run
you.
back.
I'm just
forward that fuck nigga. That's right. Here, reading from the Stolen Legacy, you see that it was for trade and commercial purposes. Now you cannot use demotic to translate the glyphs at the top, because the glyphs at the top were only taught to the priests. So you can't use a language for trade and commercial purposes to interpret the language of the priest. Okay? Now.
But anyway, so for those who may have never seen it, and to justify what Emike was saying is living room presentation, I just wanted to share that a little bit. But that's a 5.5 hour video. Let me skip around. Let's see. Scope of research, still standing there. Oh yeah, see now, these are the questions that we absolutely refuted in the book. Let me hit play on this.
Internet. They don't even tell you what museum is housing this stone. So they just making shit up as they go. Champellion owns a letter, an alphabetical letter on the symbol. What does this one mean?
What is this one? See that? This is a switch. They're called symbols. See that? You can get that letter. Okay? How did the discovery of the stone of Canopus in 1866 confirm Champollion's theories and readings of the hieroglyphics?
I'm gonna pause that. Hold up. See, y'all gonna. I'm digging into the archives. Let me pull up the rebuttal book because those questions right there that he has on his on on the wall are from Walter Williams's book, and that's what we addressed. Prior to this so-called debate, now we wrote the book before this presentation was done, so it was already over before it started. Let me pull up. Let's see if I quickly pull this book up real quick. Let's see. We have find it very quickly. I want to share just a little bit. Just a little bit. These are pages from the rebuttal. No, I don't want the pages. I want the whole book. Here we go. So I'm gonna share this right here real quick. Now, okay, this also gives me opportunity. So now in the past, this is like a side note for everybody. A lot of times I've been contacted, people showed interest in supporting the channel, supporting us and supporting the channel. And I don't really have anything set up for people to support the normal way of like people sending Cash App and stuff like that you see, that you usually see, on different platforms. So what I always tell people when they ask me and they want to show support, I tell them to support by buying the books. The beginner's book, the rebuttal book, the penmanship book, and things like that. At least because you'll get something for the support, and then like both sides will get something for the support, and then you'll get something in return for the support. And I know people also like to support and not expect anything in return, and that's noble and that's great. But because we don't have anything set up, which we're going to work out. But that's what I would tell people. So I'm saying that right now is because what I'm about to share is a few of the. I'm gonna show you all how we addressed a couple of these questions that he has on the wall right here. But I'm showing the book. So if you all don't have the book, go get the book. That way you all can support and actually, have a takeaway, learn something, or be, get reminded of something if you already know, et cetera, et cetera. That's how you can support, Emiket, if you don't mind, if you could put the link to the rebuttal book in the chat. So that's what I'm about to share. So let me just get this up here. And what happened to it? I just had it. Here we go. All right, so I definitely need to make it bigger. And I don't think you all can see it at all yet. Or can you? Can y'all see it? And it would help if I put it on the screen. There we go. So y'all see it? And that would definitely be too small. But this is the title of the book is Has the Egyptian Hieroglyphic Writing System Been Deciphered? A Rebuttal to Walter Williams. All right. The book is 228 pages, so it's not a small pamphlet or anything like that. It is a bona fide book. Let me just make this bigger. So, let me make it small real quick. Let me just show y'all the table of contents so you know how we organized the book. Now, mind you, this was done in 2016. Published in 2016, before this video that you all are watching. I'll get the table of contents. So the way the book is organized is in two parts, but it's the same book. So it's two parts. Part one, we give all of the information and data that everyone needs to know to even understand the topic. So this part one is called What You Need to Know and then we go over what is decipherment. Remember the questions that I asked SETI? I asked them to define the difference between decipherment, translation, and transliteration. But so I know he wouldn't have been able to do it, but we did it. So we have what is decipherment, what is language, what is a writing system, types of writing system, what are the glyphs, the breakdown of pictograms, ideograms, logograms, phonograms, what's the rebus principle, the fact that there's no vowels, determinatives, no punctuation, what is transliteration, and what is translation. So we give all of this background information, which is roughly about 50 pages worth of background information before we get into the part 2, which is the actual rebuttal. And so here's the rebuttal. So we reprint the claims exactly how Professor Walter Williams has them in his book. So we quote them verbatim, then we rebuttal them one by one. So I'm just going to skip on down to page, let me go to 54. So here are the claims. And so this is coming from Walter Williams' book from page 147, 150. And so we reproduce the claims. And so here's his questions. And this is what Cyrus, let me, I can blow this up now. This is what SETI had on the screen, or I can't say screen, on the wall that you all were watching. Y'all see that? So that's there. And compare that to what he has on the wall. You see that? Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Oh, you can hear me?
Do.
Okay. So yeah, so that's what he has on the wall. All right, let me go back to the other one. And will it show it? Okay, there we go. All right, so back to the book. So the first question, after 44 years of widespread disagreement among the European scholars, how did the discovery of the stone of Canopus in 1866 confirm Champollion's theories and readings of the hieroglyphs? Now Walter Williams thought that nobody could answer that, which is, you know how somebody asks you a question and to them it's rhetorical because they don't think you can answer. Number 2, where's the original stone of Canopus? And that's what Sarah Soon said. He was saying, like, they don't even tell you where the stone is. No museum. Nobody could find it. It doesn't exist. They're making it up. All that stuff. Who discovered the Canopus stone? How was the stone discovered? Who validated the authenticity of the stone, etc. So I'm going to skip on down to where we start answering those. And here's the rebuttal. So this is point 1. And I went through, so let me skip on down to those questions, though. Let's go on down. I got to shrink this so that I can see what I'm doing and where I'm going. All right. So rebuttal point 2. All right. I'm trying to get to the questions that I just showed. I'm going to get to. So I can skip on down here to the questions. All right, here we go. And this is on our page 81. It starts right here. Mr. Williams's 5 questions. Question 1. And then we repeat the question, right? After 44 years of widespread, blah, blah, blah. Then we answer. And I'm not going to bore you all and answer, read this whole thing. Like I said, you all can get the book and should get the book. Now, we would appreciate it. And that's how you can support. But that's answer number 1. But I want to get to answer number 2 because that's easy and quick. But see how we answer? Look, all of this is the answer to the first question. All of this. Now we go to question number 2. This one's quicker and easy, right? So he said, where is the original stone of Canopus? Hold on, let me let y'all hear what SETI was saying about it first. Let's go back to that. Let it play. I want you to hear how he asked these questions.
Okay, now what was the stone of Canopus? It was a stone similar to the Rosetta Stone, which supposedly has some of the same names of Greek rulers, and they was able to have 2 references that supposedly backed up Champollion's alphabet. We have never been able to find this stone nowhere. We've been looking all over the fucking internet. They don't even tell you what museum is housing this stone. So they just making shit up as they go.
So y'all heard him say that, right? He said, we've been looking all over the internet for it. No museum. They just making shiznit it up, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all heard him say that, right? So look how now, mind you, he said this. They did this presentation after the publication of our book. That's just crazy. Well, hold up, let me bring it back up. Look how easy it is, and this is shameful. Like, this is, it almost hurt to do stuff like this. But here's the question: where is the original stone of Canopus? Answer: the original stone of Canopus is held in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. Here is the reference for it: CG 22187. Figure 2.1 is taken from a facsimile of the top portion of the stone produced by Budge from it's 1904 work on page 36. And here's the facsimile. See the top of the Canopus decree. This is from Budge. So obviously this is a remake of it here. But remember, we already answered. We started with the direct answer. And by the way, as a side note, that's how everybody should be. When you ask questions, answer the question, then elaborate. A lot of people try to do it in reverse. A lot of people want to elaborate and then answer. Answer questions and then elaborate. But anyway, so we answer the question, then we start elaborating. So we get into Budge. So we show how the top portion looked, at least reproduced by Budge. But now figure 2.2 is the picture of the actual Canopus stone taken by Peter M. Fraser for the Corpus of Ptolemaic Inscriptions, CPI. So let me skip on down to figure 2.2. Let me show you all the actual stone. Look, in the voice of Kevin Hart, look at that. Come look at this. Come look at this. Oh, I gotta probably make it smaller. See, that's the actual stone with the cracks and everything. And Cyrus Sutin said that he scoured the whole internet and couldn't find it, and they just made it up and this and that. He thought he had something, not knowing that we had this in print before he was saying that. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. So get the book. But we break it all down. We show the actual stone, and then we show the model of it, because they created a mold and reproduced it so it could be held at another museum. And this is a picture of that one. So we showed the original one, the authentic original one, and then the one that they remade from it so it could be housed in another museum. And I forget the museum. I think we wrote it. It says picture 2.3 is a picture of the cast, right? Made of the Canopus stone held in Italy in the Turin Egyptian Museum. So we breaking all the jewels down. So that to me, that was crazy. Let me blow this up so y'all can see how the stone look at that. And see that top portion, that's what Budge had drawn in his book. That top portion right there. But this is the stone, the Canopus stone. And it's crazy. So you see, it's like the Rosetta Stone. So we have Sesh, Medew, Netcher at the top. We have another writing script here. So it's multilingual stone, in carving. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of share that with y'all. But get the book. MBK,
I was going to say that we had a 1 minute video for that clip right there.
Oh yeah, that's true. I wish I could find that.
I'll put a link in the private chat. It was pretty good, actually. We had various videos that we put out, just short clips, and I think we need to do more of those very, very short clips, like a minute or 2 minutes long. But yeah, that actually just killed that already. But people didn't care at that time. Like Jody said on the chat, a lot of people really enjoyed that kind of stuff back then, and some people still do today.
Yeah, but anyway, that's just an example of that. But remember, I'm just going through the heyday of the squad. I mean, I wasn't prepared to share videos like that. I wish I did. I wish I did, because then I can put them in a folder and share different videos. But I'm trying to see what some other ones. But anyway, I appreciate everybody, tuning in, hanging out, um, while we tested it, and all our tests, everything I wanted to test, I think everything is all good. So we're good on this end. So
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask because when you were sharing parts of the book, just to make sure that everybody can see clearly now, because I know it's to me it was a lot more clear than what we normally have, but I forgot to double check on the other side while we did that. So maybe you want to share your screen again.
oh, the book.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. I done moved on to something totally different.
Let's just make sure and get that out of the way.
All right. So everyone should be able to see it again. Yeah, okay. So let me blow it up. So you want to make sure everyone can read it clear?
Correct.
Okay, so how's that on the screen? Is that pretty clear? Let me look on the YouTube side.
Yep, it's good. It's pretty clear. It's good.
All right. Okay, so it'd be no excuses of not being able to see anything. Oh, you know what? I need to share. Let me share something. Okay, so let me take that off. I want to make sure that you all can see anything that I present. So can you all you all let me know if you all can see this. Let's see, what do I need to show? Can I show this one? No, this one. Yeah, I just want to know if you all can see that. Can y'all see that clearly as well? Then everything is a go. If that's crystal
Crispy.
clear.
Yep.
All right, good. Okay, so we are definitely good to go. We're definitely good to go. All right, so that's it. That's all the testing I need to do. Let me shrink this back out. All right, that's all the testing I need to do. Let's see, flip through these. Yep, there we go. I think somebody was just asking about this book in the chat.
Yes, that was proof evidence.
Okay, yeah. So this book right here is a future publication that I'm currently just picked back up the project in doing. Okay, so my prediction is that I will be finished with it and have it published by 2025. That's the best. That's the best ETA I can give, because this book has been in the making for a long time, and it's a shame on me because I picked it up. I picked up the project, put it down, picked it up, put it down, and still still not published. And I'm glad I didn't, though. I'm glad I didn't, because of the things that I will have to change in what I've already written so far. All right, so it's a blessing. All right, so hopefully that's clear on the screen as well, so we could take that off. All right. See if I can find another video though. It was something I saw earlier, and I did not tuck it away separately. If I find it, but MK, you have anything or anybody in chat chatting? I think the borderline troll has stopped trolling.
Yep. And it's a blessing.
Okay, I think this one. Okay, here's another one. I'm going to share this one. Take that off. I'm going to share this one. So let me know if y'all remember this. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, here we go, right here. All right, let me know if y'all remember this one.
And so when we go to the ancient scrolls and the ancient carvings on the walls of Kemet, we see that the the African woman, the black woman, defines mathematics.
How? So how did you translate a language that never was a language?
Look at this. Look at this. Some of us seem to have forgotten this, but let it be known that your brother Seti in Telf took his oath at the Grand Lodge of Waset.
How? So how did you translate a language that never was a language?
There the Grandmaster is. Know what year that is? 81. Already in the temples. What it say? Presiding priest, reciting a prayer of canoe. Reciting a prayer of canoe. Reciting a prayer of canoe.
How? The Netcher is ideographs, okay? They're not words, languages, or phrases.
Look at this. Look at this. Let me grab my per Hey,
How? The Netcher is ideographs, okay? They're not words, languages, or phrases.
Look at this. Look at this. When we dealing with the balance, you understand what I'm saying? When we dealing with the balance of my eye.
How? The Netcher is ideographs, okay? They're not words, languages, or phrases.
Look at this. Look at this. You're dealing with mathematics.
How? How did you translate a phrase that never was a phrase?
And so he brought the gods and goddesses. He brought the 42 negative confessions. He brought the 42 negative confessions. He brought the 42 negative confessions.
How? How did you translate a phrase that never was a phrase?
The Book of the Dead.
How?
It was at that time that the Africans revised their sacred book, their Bible, a book called the Book of the Coming Forth by Day and by Night.
How? The Netcher is ideographs, okay? They're not words, languages, or phrases.
To which an Englishman by the name of Ernest A. Wallace Budd, in his translation from the Hieratic writings, one of the most ancient writings to date by the Africans, part of what is today called hieroglyph,
How? The Netcher is ideographs, okay? They're not words, languages, or phrases.
Budd's translating that did not take the literary translation of the title, but took one of these, we would say, titles that would draw attention and call it the Egyptian Book of the Dead.
Look at this. Look at this. Right here. This is that Abaddon. It means know thyself. When you see the brother with his hands out like this, it means know thyself.
How? How did you translate a phrase that never was a phrase?
Look at this. Look at this. This is Ramesses right here. One of the greatest kings, if not the greatest king of ancient Egypt.
How? So how did you translate a language that never was a language?
Showing you rock going up in our mouth.
How? The Netcher is ideographs, okay? They're not words, languages, or phrases.
Right here, this is our set.
How? So how did you translate a language that never was a language? How did you translate a phrase that never was a phrase? That never was a phrase.
That never was a phrase.
And so it's only through Cleopatra. That's the door that they came through. They didn't come through no other word. Cleopatra, looking in that cartoon and comparing it to supposedly what is Greek, even though we know it ain't no Greek, because the Greek ain't got no language. He don't have no language. The Greeks don't get a language. They come into Egypt, not before. They don't have paper. They don't have ink. They have no written literature, okay?
We don't have Greece. Doesn't come in history until 833 BC when Homer wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey. And Homer said that even the gods of Greece, the gods of Europe, the two first gods, Zeus and Apollo, came from Ethiopia.
That's confusion.
You're confusing me. You're confusing me, family. That's confusion. You're confusing me. You're confusing me, family. That's confusion. You're confusing me. You're confusing me, family. Yo, what the fuck is coming out of his mouth today? Yo, what the fuck is coming out of his mouth today? Yo, what the fuck is coming out of his mouth today? Now you see this uncle.
How? That never was a phrase.
Not. The mathematical not.
How? So how did you translate a language that never was a language?
See, you got to stand on something. See, and we can't see what the fuck they stand. See, they switch every other day. Every other day.
Don't bring up Dr. Ben, who was relying on the Genetic text that I'm sitting here telling you is incorrect. Don't bring up Dr. Ben, who was relying on the Genetic text that I'm sitting here telling you is incorrect.
To the world. And so he brought the gods and goddesses. He brought the 42 negative confessions. The book of the dead. Who brought him? Dr. Ben. Y'all don't know how Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben is a prophet.
Don't bring up Dr. Ben, who was relying on the Genetic text that I'm sitting here telling you is incorrect.
Nah, whatever he come out with, he's in conflict with his own teaching. With his own teaching. With his own teaching.
Y'all remember that? Boy, this is how I don't know. I don't even know what to call it, boy. What would y'all call that? You have two guys that tried to debate that the Egyptian hieroglyphic writing system has never been deciphered, and prior to that, they contradicting each other. Boy, I tell you, you can't make this stuff up, boy. You cannot make this stuff up. This is crazy, 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 crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, but y'all remember that? Shout out to Jehudi Ma'at in the chat. Here's one more. I'm gonna share one more. See if I could share one more. If I could find it. All right, here we go. I think this is it. Here we go.
Family, I'm gonna show y'all right quick how I could tell you that the Medew. All right, family, I'm gonna show y'all right quick how I could tell you that the Medew Netter got mad inconsistencies. Number one, the first word that they ever supposedly transliterated, not translated, is supposed to be written, not spoken. The first word that they supposedly transliterated was Cleopatra. Now, they also translated some other Greek rulers' names. Now, this is the question. Say, for instance, Cleopatra is Samantha, and you transliterate Samantha. How do you get an encyclopedia of Medew Netter from Samantha? How do you get a whole encyclopedia of the Medew Netter words just from one person's name? Now, they also translated other Greek rulers' names, but it wasn't that many.
Okay. Yep. Do y'all remember that? See, some of these video clips and things you all may be seeing for the first time, and and I understand that because some of you all are new to us, to the channel, and things like that, and I definitely uh appreciate it all. But it just goes to show that we've been doing this for a very long time in terms of these platforms. Um, Pretty much, you can go into our archives, and that's what I'm saying. People sleep on our archives on our channel, and we have an archive of live streams, and then we have an archive of uploaded videos. So don't forget to make sure you click on both of those tabs. The live stream videos, we got a deep archive, and then we have uploaded videos where we have a deep archive, going all the way back to 9-10 years ago, 2014, 2015, back when we were just on Google Hangout. So make sure you take advantage of it. All right. So let me just see something real quick. If I could, oh, that was a Canopus. Okay, I see. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. Let me take this off the screen. So yeah, shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Anybody new popping in? We got everything is in the building. Yes, indeed. Already shout out to Ramza. I think that's, and shout out to Proof Evidence. Didn't shout you before popped in with the Wolverine avatar. Yeah, so hey, I think mission was accomplished. We tested out pretty much everything on here. So, kind of getting ready for how we're going to be live streaming soon. Make use of the webcams and things again, like how we used to. But so just real quick before we end it, does anybody, what are the topics that you would like to see us discuss? And I want you to type it in the chat. That way I can come back and revisit. I can see it in the chat what topics you all say. So, what topics do you all want to see us discuss and maybe share or explore or research? Because we don't know everything. You all may mention something that we have no clue about. But I'm just curious, what kind of topics do you all suggest that we go live with? We have the freestyles that we do. We have tons of information already in the archives. So a lot of things we do nowadays have, kind of repeats. And some of it I definitely don't mind repeating and refreshing, everybody on. The silly stuff, no. And I still see people caught up on the Black Egypt, the anachronistic arguments. Now they done switched it to the Green Sahara versus the Brown Sahara versus the whatever. I mean, it's just crazy out there. People still talking about haplogroups and out of Africa, all because people are still trying to maintain this anachronistic arguments and analysis of ancient Egyptians and their culture. That is like very crazy to me, and I get it. Some people don't see it that way, but hey, it is. It's really crazy. Okay, so Robert Rand suggesting working. Okay, do a presentation on hieratic. Okay, that's a good one. We had a couple, but we did a couple of videos on hieratic in the sense of showing and proving or demonstrating to everyone that hieratic is a misnomer for the script. And it was so named or became popularized by Clement of Alexandria. And he was the one that was influential enough to let those titles and names of the scripts stick, that so much so that we use them to this day. So the word hieroglyphs, the word demotic, and the word hieratic, they all come from him, his influence. And they're misnomers because hieratic in the language, hieraticus, it means priestly. But the actual script that they're calling priestly script was written all the way going back to when Sesh, Medew, Netcher. Sesh, Medew, Netcher and what they're calling hieratic pretty much emerged close to the same time. And it wasn't written for religious text. It was written for everything. So it's a misnomer. Now, at the time Clement of Alexandria was in Egypt and observed what he observed, then the priestly class, the priests were what they're calling priests. When they say hieratic priestly, were the ones that were writing and reading and writing it. And that's how the misnomer pretty much happened. But I say misnomer because it misleads people to think that hieratic was only written for priestly religious texts and stuff like that. Non-secular. And that's false. That's just false. But anyway, so we did a video demonstrating that hieratic is basically the relationship between Sesh, Medew, Netcher and hieratic is very similar to the relationship that we say in English, where we say print versus handwriting, cursive handwriting. So the same graphemes are represented by those graphs. And we did a video showing and demonstrating and proving that. Okay, so it's not, it's just getting used to the style and the hand of the scribes for those who want to learn hieratic. And then hieratic is slightly changed. They're not all the same in every era. All right. And also we also exposed the simplified Sesh, Medew, Netcher. So you have, you'll have to just watch the video, but we show the formal, what they call it monumental hieroglyphs that's carved in stone. Then you have the simplified Sesh, Medew, Netcher, or simplified hieroglyphics or hieroglyphs that you can still make out the pictorial nature very clearly, but it's just written in ink on papyri. Then you have what they call hieratic, which is a more cursive form, which comes away from the pictorial nature a little bit more. Then by the time you get to Demotic, what they call the writing of the populace, Demoticus, you can't make out the images at all. I mean, the pictorial nature of the script is vanished pretty much completely. And then you have what they call Coptic, which is the Greek alphabet being used to write Egyptian language. So anyway, we did that. So but that's a good suggestion. We can do some more on hieratic. And we all had to brush up on hieratic because hieratic is not something that we use or we analyze and deal with a lot. But I remember one of my early projects in taking a deeper dive into hieratic, where myself and it was a team of us. It was myself, an elder named Raymond Davis, if you all are familiar with him. The brother Sanjetti was involved. Asari Motep was involved, and another brother, I forget his name. But we took on a project of translating from scratch the papyrus, the Bremner's Rhine papyrus, which contains the text called the Book of Knowing the Transformations of Ra and Overthrowing of Apep. And we took that text straight from the papyrus itself and did a deep dive, not relying on anybody else's translation or anything like that, just our own skills of dealing with the hieratic and transcribing it into the formal glyphs, and then going through translations of that text. And that was a very good exercise. That's something we did, and this was like back in 2014 or so, maybe even before. So what else? What other suggestions? More grammar? Yeah, we're gonna definitely get into the grammar. Peace to Medew. I'm back at Wajau. I took my summer break in the Seychelles. It was awesome.
Seashells.
Oh, say it again.
Seashells.
Oh, in the Seychelles. Really? That's
Yeah.
Seychelles? Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's how we say it. So okay, keep reading.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Seashells. Okay. Seashells. All right. But peace to Medew. Mika, you supposed to do something on sacred love. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I gotta kind of cheer up for that. I gotta cheer up for that conversation. I gotta cheer up for that conversation because I had a that came from a conversation, questions that was asked, and I said, hey, and I had a private Zoom about it, and it was a very good conversation. Yep, but it's a detailed conversation that I had to lead up to that because it gets into what I call the anatomy of being and beingness. It really does, So, but that's a good one. So yeah, that'll be a little bit later though. I'll work up to that one. What else? Okay, no other suggestions. All right, so Cat, you got anything? Or is there something else I want to share?
Nah, I don't have anything. I'll probably have something because there was something I thought about, but we'll see if I remember. But yeah, other than that, no.
Okay, all right. Well, trying to see if there was anything else I could find quickly. I have all this. Boy, I'm telling you, I have terabytes of information. Oh, let's see. What is this one right here? Nah, I'm gonna leave them alone. I had tons of videos. Videos from the heyday of the squad. Quick question: Do y'all miss the Amara squad? The heydays of the Amara squad when the Amara squad was live and kicking? You all miss those days? Let's see. Do we have that? Yeah, do y'all miss those days? I'm just scrolling, see if I can find something to share. That's not long, just some of these video clips.
Okay. I would say I miss parts of it. There are other parts of it that no, that won't be missed at all.
That's what I said. The heydays.
Yeah, most definitely because I think, yeah, that is I would say, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Okay, here's one. Boy, I don't know if I can be able to find this again. Here's one. Tell me if y'all remember this video right here. Share this real quick. Can I find it? All right, here we go. All right, so tell me if y'all remember this one.
All right, number one, the flat earth theory. The earth is not round nor flat, so y'all need to stop arguing over European theories. It really doesn't matter, but it's not round nor flat. Why? Because the geographical area that we're living in, if the earth was round or flat, our thoughts wouldn't be able to travel the way that they travel through our brain. But wait, it gets worse. So, What I studied is that we live in a pyramid. Why do I say that? Because the pyramid, when you are studying the structure of the pyramid, thoughts travel more greater inside the structure of a pyramid than any other shape. Right? Y'all can, that's Grady. They probably somewhere organs, harvesting some organs, but anyway. But wait, it gets worse. Now, somebody asked me about the sun and the inner earth. Does the sun exist in the sky? No, it don't. That is not the true sun in the sky. That is a hologram. The sun is in the inner earth being projected from the inner earth to the sky. But wait, it gets worse. Again, Africa is another planet. Because when you go to Africa, that is a planet of a different consciousness than the planet Earth. I got y'all. But wait, it gets worse. So y'all probably like, well, is Africa not on the Earth? No, it's not on the Earth. Africa is its own planet. But wait, it gets worse. See, the white man told y'all that Africa was just some old small-ass continent. And then some even tell you it's a country. No, it's not. It's its own planet. But wait, it gets worse. In Africa, which I call Mars, by the way. But wait, it gets worse. Don't read a book ever again. The birds don't read books. The birds don't read books. The lions don't read books. The lions don't read books. Don't believe me? Ha, got y'all. So confused, excuse me, for example, I'm an inspiration of a whole generation. And unless you got 10 sticky fingers, it's an imitation, a figment of your imagination.
Did y'all hear him?
Oh my God. What was his name again? I forgot his name. Yeah.
How many of y'all remember that? How many of y'all remember that?
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
See, listen, for those who don't remember these clips I'm playing, don't remember that one or the other clips that, I can't find quick enough for you. See, y'all have to understand the pain that one feels when that I feel when I'm and the frustration when I talk about the things that I talk about and tell y'all that there's a short bus crew, like all of these things, like it's shameful. It's detrimental that what people are doing on these various different platforms and in these videos. That, for years. I mean, it takes 4 years to get a undergrad degree. If you have the time, you have the money, and you have the motivation, you can get a degree in 4 years, a bachelor's degree. Then you can get into graduate school, get a master's and or a PhD, etc. At the least 8 years, you can have you could be degreed up. And think about that: 4 years, 4 to 8 years, right? For any one of the degrees that will get you credentialed. And here we are, or we witness on these YouTube platforms, YouTube channels, and different social media platforms such as Facebook, mainly Facebook. These things have been going on for over a decade. Now, I've been on Facebook since I think my first time, and I always forget this, 2007, I think, when I first came on Facebook. But just 10 years ago from now is 2014. So within 10 years, 10 years have gone by. And that's enough time to have a full-fledged, maxed out credentialed degrees and whatnot. But yet people are repeating the same misinformation, the same stuff. You got the same drama going on. And sometimes it's with the same people for all this time. And y'all have to understand how just detrimental that is. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's not big. So, I get it. It's not, when you observe it, you think that the conflict community is like real big. It is and it's not. It's actually not, but it leaks out. But
Yeah, so that's actually you could definitely say that the Amara squad actually did a whole lot of cleanup, because like, I can say that the pseudoism today is definitely not the type of pseudoism that we had in the past. At least they kind of upgraded a little bit. I mean, we hope everybody moves to scientific stuff, but there was definitely a little upgrade, because back then it was just wild, you know. And y'all did a
Yeah.
lot of cleaning up.
Yeah. And see, the Amara squad, there was at one point we had we used to say no pseudo. No pseudo, no pseudo, no pseudo. And I guess from that it turned into pseudo killers or whatever. But it was no pseudo. But just real quick, Medjay, he says, Wujao, why do Eurocentric Egyptologists push that Kushite rulers weren't versed in Medew Netcher, whereas they the ones who supposedly reinstated Egyptian religion and created Demotic? Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, first, I haven't really heard that they pushed. I haven't heard the claims made that the Kushite rulers weren't versed in it, so I'm not too familiar. I'm not familiar with it enough to speak on that. You know, but here's a thought though. We have to really re-engage the conversation about what a priest actually is, because the concept of priest that we think of, just every day, willy-nilly, is not a true representation of what has been translated as priest when it comes to ancient Egyptians and the ancient Egyptian language. Like they call the Wab priest. And I want you to notice, if you haven't noticed this, notice that whenever you see scholarly work talking about Egyptian priest, or even the word for priest, they usually leave the Egyptian word untranslated, and then they put the word priest next to it. So instead of saying Wab, which is the Egyptian word, instead of saying what it means, which will be the translation of it, they say Wab priest. They do the same thing with Sem priest. They say Sem priest, Wab priest, Keri priest, Keri Heb, lector priest, etc. So that right there, should clue you in on the potential for confusion with that. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because even in ancient, if you look at Greek, the Ptolemaic era of ancient Egypt, where the ruling class was, the Ptolemies and so on and so forth. But it wasn't like the Greeks came into Egypt and displaced everybody, and then Egypt became Greece. So they still relied on the Egyptian priests, and I'm using that word loosely. They still relied on the Egyptian scribes and so on and so forth to do X, Y, and Z. So it really, I don't see it being a big deal or too relevant that if certain rulers did know the language or didn't know the language and whatnot, in other words, what I'm saying is that didn't stop the Ptolemies. That didn't stop the Romans, Ptolemies, and whoever else. Because it's not like people are coming in and becoming the ruling class or taking over the politics, the political apparatus, as if they came and took over the political apparatus and then got rid of everybody else. So that's just a thought. Some thinking on that. Some added thoughts on that. Mika says, I don't take none of these social media serious. I have a real life. Yep. But see, the thing, Mika, though, everybody has a real life. Like everybody lives. Everybody has a life. But yet, we still see what we see. So, yeah, we still see what we see. Now, it was something else that I was going to show. Wasn't I going to show something? Or was it? Nah, I think that was it. That was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, that's enough for tonight. Maybe I'll find some more. I may have more. Maybe I'll set aside some more. That's a better way. Set aside some more. Yep. Anything else? Yeah.
Yep. No, I think this is good. I think everything kind of went smooth, and I like everything was clear, and everything is working. So we are couple set, so that's good. So we have just to let everybody know that's still watching that we have our Freestyle Friday. So this Friday, just make sure that you come back, so we can have some fun.
Yep. All right. I was trying to see if last ditch effort of finding something real quick and short, but I cannot. I see. I
Oh,
see video, but the long ones. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, Meja had I don't know if had a one last question. Did you tackle that? That's the one with the Vatican.
Oh, where? I didn't see it.
It's in the chat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth one from the bottom.
Full from the bottom. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's put it up on the big screen there. Meche El Boab. Would y'all, why is the Vatican holding hostage Amenidus mummy? That I can't answer either. Wait a minute, aren't you? I forgot where you live. Meche, I forgot where. I know you're definitely in a different time zone, but I forgot where you live. But yeah, I can't answer that either.
Okay,
I wish I knew those answers.
Yeah. Ramza said we were ghost this Friday. So yes, we were actually ghost this Friday for good reasons. But we'll be here. I mean last Friday, but we'll be here this Friday. Well, that was funny.
Yep. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, apologize for missing Friday that just passed. Yep. Unforeseen circumstances, we could not go live and everything. Yes, indeed. But in the future, so we're testing this out. Everything seems to work fine, perfectly fine. So we're good to go. And so in the future, we'll go live a little bit different, trying to incorporate the cameras again and things like that, and think of some more topics to go over. And we also set up a support system, so because people have been asking, and I don't turn down support. And the thing is that we could use support in the sense of research material, because it's a lot of books out there about Egypt, a lot of really, really good scholarly works out there, and it seems like the better the material, the more expensive it is. That's what it seemed like, because back in the day they had hardbacks. I'm talking about volumes of real analytical research work and analysis done on different things that's been published, and it's not as accessible, even though it's not hidden or there's no conspiracy about it, whatever the case is. It's just not as accessible because they are either out of print or low volume, no quantity of print, and they're very expensive. And then the fact that people are not familiar with the scholarship, and that maybe not even interested, because I know people on the YouTube streets, people just interested in arguing. They just want to chat GPT you to death, and that's it. They don't read. People just don't read anymore, which is crazy. Peace to Rich, the African elder, Habari Yako family. I'm really glad you're black. Okay, cool. Let's see. Question is Ma'ati actually the twin souls? So I can get that on the screen. Question is Ma'ati actually the twin souls? I'm not sure what you're prefacing that question with, but the word itself, if you're saying Ma'ati, and I wish you had the glyphs readily available to share. So, and I know in the chat you can't do that, but Ma'ati being the twin souls. I'm not familiar with the meaning the twin souls, and there's an issue between soul and spirit, and the difference between soul and spirit, and how that gets all confused. But the word Ma'ati, usually, um, and not always, when you see the word Ma'ati is talking about, they say the double hall of Ma'at. It's a dual, feminine dual word, Ma'ati. So if you had the glyphs, then I can differentiate between the feminine dual word, and dual, and that's why you're saying twin, but the twin souls. I got that. He said I got that from Rolanda Karinga. Yeah. See, I wish you can um show the glyphs for it. He said you seem to be kind of tired about Nekibet deity, the vulture deity. Now it is late. We're on the East Coast. It's late. I do have to get up, so I will be shutting down. And like I said, I really just kind of came to chit chat for a little bit and test some things out. Yep, test a few things out. But MK, so that was it for you, huh? Is
Yep,
it?
that was it for me. And I just realized you mentioned that we have our Cash App, so I'll just let everybody know that we have our Cash App on the chat. So make use of it, and then
Wait.
make
We have
sure that
Cash App?
because you
That's news
said
to me.
something about we have some support and stuff. So I went on the chat to look and I see
Oh,
that
super chat.
actually.
Okay, you said Cash App.
Oh, sorry, super chat. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I say we got Cash App already.
Okay, no. Okay, super chat. Sorry. Yeah. So make good use of it. And then what else was I going to say? um, yes. Oh, make sure that you do some translating in between during the week someday, and then that way when we have our freestyle Fridays, like we're gonna have this Friday, so y'all come prepped, and then make sure that at least you get the monoliterals down, at least that, and that will make everything much more fun. And then we'll see you all, and make sure that you're ready to participate and have some fun.
All right. Yeah, I forgot about this. We had the super chat, but we test things out. But people support. There's different ways to support, and that is the other way. And remember too, I will be going live and uploading videos on my channel, my namesake channel, Wujao YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'll be going into other subjects, because another thing that I like to talk about is health, nutrition, politics, and psychology, things like that may not be related to ancient Egypt. And so I'd rather do that on my channel and things. So yeah, because health, listen, that's one thing. As we get older, I don't know the age of everybody in the chat, but the older you get, your ladder of important focus and topics that you focus on and deal with, it should change. It does change naturally, and it should change. Certain things come to the forefront where other things, drop down in the level of importance. And health, no matter which stage of life you're in, health should always be a constant, a focus on health. And it's crazy that every human being, as human beings, and every human being, we live in this world and engage the world. We engage other human beings, animals, the environment, etc., etc. And we live in our bodies for the whole duration of our lives, and you would think that from a very base level, fundamental level of being human that us wanting to know all about our bodies would be one of the top focus growing up and whatever the case is. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Like, we are more interested and focused and spend and invest and spend resources on so many things, which I'm not saying it shouldn't be done, but we don't do the same thing and have the same focus on just knowing and have the knowledge and being competent on our own bodies. Of course, we get the basics in school. We learn about the different systems, from the digestive system, skeletal system, reproductive system, all of that good stuff. But not, somebody did the super chat. All right, appreciate it. If that was some super chat, yeah. I appreciate that, Rich, the African Elder. Appreciate that. Actually, you are our first super chat since a long time. So I definitely appreciate that. We testing out everything. Definitely appreciate that.
Yep. Nice.
What was I saying? Yeah, the human body. So anyway, basically what I'm saying is that you would think, like, now when we're young, I know, and I could definitely speak for myself, but I could speak for people around me as I experience life younger, way back in the day. You don't think about health like that. You fall, you get bruises, you get cuts, you bounce back up, you put a Band-Aid on, and you keep it moving. Fall off a bike, go in the house, run in the house, wash it off, put a Band-Aid on, put a little peroxide, done. You back on the bike. The older you get, the less agile you are, the more sedentary you get. You sit behind a desk all day, whatever the case is. You don't get to go out. And even this newer generation, they don't treat outside like how we used to. You got to fight children to go outside and play nowadays. Whereas back in the day, it was the opposite. You had to fight children to go in the house. You had to fight children to go in the house, make children go in the house. It's the opposite. So that physical activity, that paying attention to health, it wasn't there when you little, naturally, because you got your whole life ahead of you. So it's like, okay, and you young, you flexible, you do whatever. But the older you get, you would think that things would be in place where a deeper dive on the human body, what the body needs to maintain a healthy state, all this other kind of stuff would be at play and focused on, but it's really not. Of course, they got, athletics, and they got exercise. They have different people focus on certain things, but it's not at the foundational level of the culture of the society itself. And that's just crazy, because we all have a body, we all live, we're all human. You would think that we would know a whole lot more and have things in place to provide everything. And I'm saying all of that because, there's things I like, other things I like to talk about is health, nutrition, and stuff like that. So I'll be getting into that. And hopefully people will chime in on those kind of conversations. But other than that, I'm going to run my mouth at this point. But I'm going to say,
nope. Before you say peace and hotel, I was going to say one thing. There's one thing that we didn't test out that I think we can definitely test out right now to for the appreciation of Reach the African Elders donation, and those were the claps.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Where was that? Yeah. Tell me if y'all hear this. Let me know if y'all can hear that. Y'all can hear that. Mika said, we used to explore the world. Yep, playgrounds are empty. Man, I'm telling you, these generations, I done lost track if it's Gen X, Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen M, Gen L, Generation A through Z. I done lost track of the names for these generations. But the younger generation, man, it's totally different. It's different. It's definitely different. But health is everything. Health is everything. It really is. I mean, it doesn't matter what your age. It's just different time periods where you focus on it, but it's everything. And it's not just physical health; it's mental health, which that's why I like to deal with the physiological side and the psychological side. So mental and physical health is something I'm very much interested in. I think everybody should study the basics of psychology and study like there's no reason. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of you in the chat um know CPR and first aid? And that's a real question I'm asking. How many of you all in the chat know CPR and first aid? And I'm not talking about you watching a movie and seeing some actor do it. I'm talking about you actually are comfortable, like you feel confident that you know how to perform rescue um, things to help someone out. CPR and first aid. So I said Mika does. She said she does. Excuse me, that was the Amber Alert on my phone. And I always pay attention to them because if it's some if I ever see an Amber Alert and it's like near me or it shows near me or whatever, I pay attention for stuff like that. So Mika's the only one? I guess so.
Medjai says he knows
PR
he
and first
is
aid as a
legally.
matter of I legally have to. Okay, good. But my point of asking that question is you would think that everybody would know it. I mean, have confidence in it. Not just knowing, okay, I got to pound the chest and you just breathe into somebody's mouth. I'm talking about actually being either trained or in some capacity certified. Now, I used to be a lifeguard and a swimming pool manager back in back in the day for a few years, for quite a few years. And obviously, everybody should know with that you had to be certified in CPR, first aid, rescue breathing, all of that good stuff. And now I will admit I have to brush up. I definitely have to brush up. It's been many years because my sister is a full-fledged nurse practitioner, et cetera, and she used to offer CPR refreshers and training with the mannequins and all that kind of stuff ever so often. I used to take her classes to get recertified just to brush up, but I haven't done it in a very long time, and shame on me. But I just brought that up because as an example of little things that society as on a cultural foundation level we really don't pay attention to. Everybody should know CPR and first aid and have a first aid kit, know how to deal with certain situations. I remember in school they used to teach us to stop, drop, and roll if you involve in a fire drill. Like how many households have a fire escape plan? How many households where everybody knows CPR, adult CPR and infant child CPR? Because there's a difference. You can't be pounding on a child's chest the same way you do an adult or a baby. All of that stuff is different. How do you treat basic stuff like grease burns, cuts? Anyway, don't want to keep going on about that. But no, that's good. That's good to see and good to hear that some of y'all are definitely in it. But anyway, I just brought that as an example of that. And back in the day, remember we used to have a thing called a medicine cabinet. You walk in people's households today, and there's no such thing as a medicine cabinet. There's a makeup cabinet, but there's no medicine cabinet in a lot of people's households. There's a makeup cabinet. There's a wig cabinet in the closet. There's a shoe cabinet in the closet. but there's no medicine cabinet. Boy, back in the day, man, you go into anybody's house and there was a parents had medicines for, especially grandparents had medicines for everything. Any and everything, from a bee sting to a scraped elbow to a sprained ankle. They had something to coughing. That Vicks vapor rub, you put a smear on your chest and have you smelling like a smelling like a pine tree. Oh man. All right, but anyway, it's late. But I appreciate y'all tuning in and testing out everything. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we are going to end the show. And I definitely have to upload these intros and outros, but I thank y'all for tuning in. And MK, I'll give you the last say so.
Okay, and I would just say thank you all again for watching and tuning in and keeping it fun with us. And also, once again, thank you to the Rich African Elder for your donation. And yeah, we'll see you again on Friday.